Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, I want to take a look at two cryptocurrencies that um, essentially they're in the top 20. One is in the top 10, and I would argue that these are coins that I would not recommend anyone to put their capital in, as I don't currently have any capital in them, and I don't plan to. And it would take monumentous changes essentially for me to change my conclusion. However, I am talking about Bitcoin Cash and EOS. And unfortunately for Bitcoin Cash, I can't find any chart that brings it to August 2017. If anyone does know, please let me know. I'd rather bring up that chart. However, um, during the beginning with Bitcoin Cash, it really seemed uh, like it would be a player. However, after the subsequent bear market, um, uh, it the trend has only been down. And although we I can speculate all of this, and for reasons beyond my comprehension, and uh, in this market anything can happen. However, it's very, very important to essentially just look at the macro trend. And with both these two cryptocurrencies, um, that you can visually see that this is not something you want to be a part of. Just like how when you look at Chainlink, um, that is a trend you want to be a part of. And the saying is true both ways. The trend is your friend. Um, and the trend is showing us with Bitcoin Cash. This is not a trend you want to be a part of. Ever since its inception, um, I and I would argue that even with August 2017, I mean, I can bring up like CoinMarketCap or something that'll show us the full history, but you can see here that we have been making lower highs ever since its inception. Here, here, and now we're down here. You can even argue that that was a lower high. And no matter what happens with this coin, no matter how many times it tries to reverse, it subsequently breaks down, and we've not found a bottom whatsoever. Not here, not here. Who knows? Maybe it'll be here, but I highly doubt it. Sorry, let me get rid of that line there. However, as you can see, that um, and we have not found a bottom, and the trend continues to go down. We're pretty much almost at 20K, and um, at this point, although any altcoins can pump at any given time, and even cryptocurrencies like XRP, which have bled tremendously, have shown at least patterns that give us some confidence that there's a time and place for them. And with Litecoin, it bleeds heavily and has major pumps, but it shows that it has its time and place in the market for us to take advantage of. Bitcoin Cash has none of that whatsoever. And I can flip it to EOS and you'll see the same thing. Um, we again have been making lower highs ever since the peak. Lower highs, lower highs. Um, and when I say lower highs, I'm referring to the previous high it's made. The following high is lower. And again, we have not found a bottom anywhere. You can argue that, oh, this right here is the bottom. This was like, and you could say, oh, we found a bottom here, but no, we've continued to fall down, especially against Bitcoin. And this is extremely important when looking at Bitcoin. Like I can bring up like Bitcoin Cash against the US dollar, and you'll see the although it's been, um I guess you could say, rocky, it kind of stays within this realm of around $200 to $300, at least in recent memory, and you can argue that this is kind of the support line for it. But with any altcoin, right, you could say, oh, it's it's range bound around $200. Well, when you look at Bitcoin Cash against Bitcoin, it's the trend's down, so you might as well just put your capital in Bitcoin, instead of Bitcoin Cash, and that's the important part. You're being If you're invested in Bitcoin Cash, you are slowly being left behind, and I would argue it's a lot quicker than people imagine. Um, and with EOS, it's the same thing. You could say, oh well, when you look at EOS against the US dollar, um, we have been essentially range bound from the levels of the 2018 dump, like when altcoins crashed on the last bull run. But when you look at the Bitcoin valuation against it, even though Bitcoin also had crashed, we have still have yet to outpace Bitcoin. So why put your capital in EOS when you'd have way better returns, um, against Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency? But in this point, to make the point very succinct, you would have made more money just holding Bitcoin than EOS or Bitcoin Cash thus far. Um, Albeit these are fairly young coins, so to speak. They're only around 3 years old. Bitcoin Cash is a little older than EOS, but regardless, at this point, we should see some kind of pattern. Or at this point, if you don't see a pattern, why risk it, right? If you're just saying, oh well, like Bitcoin Cash, yeah, it's been trending down for the last 3 years, but look at these low prices. That's no different than gambling at that point. There's no educated guess. Um, yeah, you can criticize me and my, I guess the investment that I made with Uniswap, but I would argue, well, there's no price history. There's there's absolutely nothing. So yeah, it is gambling, but at least I have a little bit more confidence that it's going to go up in compared to Bitcoin Cash, where the past 3 years has it's shown us that it's just falling by the wayside. And um, the next following like the following point I also want to make is, yeah, all all coins bled very heavily against Bitcoin, but I want to show you the difference between them. So for the comparison, I'm going to use Ethereum, because it's had like the 88 to 90% dump, uh, like EOS and like Bitcoin Cash. When we look at when we look at the valuations, um, during that crash, right? So I'm not even bringing it down to here. I'm gonna bring it down to here. So we're at 90% roughly, give or take, from the wick with Bitcoin Cash, and with EOS, um, we are, um, we're looking at like an 80% correction. So, uh, Ethereum at its very peak in 2017, had crashed. Uh, let's say like in December 2018, that was full crash, dumped around 81%. Uh, Cardano dropped immensely. This coin had no business being like 8,600 sats, but this dumped like 90, like 80, 89, 90%. But the difference is the recovery. Now, albeit the recovery is slow, um, and I'm not even talking about this. What I'm more importantly talking about is this right here. Between 29 in the year of 2019, we found essentially our bottom, and we started to see a reversal. Cardano, it's a little more dramatic and more strung out than Ethereum. Ethereum had this like almost like a double bottom. It found its support here, and then it began its reversal, trending upwards. Cardano didn't do a double bottom. However, nonetheless, we found support at around 400 sats, like 4 or 500 sats. That was the bottom with Cardano, and Cardano refused to go further down. And this bottom was found in 2019. Let me get rid of this USD window. So, bringing it back to Bitcoin Cash and EOS, we have not found a bottom. We haven't found any kind of reversal of these cryptocurrencies for the longest time, and it continues to trend down. And that's why I would argue that EOS and Bitcoin Cash may have like its pumps, like you could see here. Bitcoin Cash pumped about almost like to the wick, like almost 90%. However, it further it broke right through the previous support that it had afterwards. So if you hold any of these cryptocurrencies, I don't know what like your average buy-in price is. For your sake, I hope that they go up so that you don't lose money. Um, but it's really it sucks to see that for anyone holding these bags here, uh, because it really seems like it almost seems like if you don't sell now, you won't be able to sell ever. You're gonna hold them until you die or until it goes to zero. Um, anyway, that's the end of my rant. Uh, Let me know what you guys think. If you hold any EOS or Bitcoin Cash, I'd love to hear your perspective. Um, if you think that we will see a reversal of some kind, and even still, even up this upcoming bull run, one last thing, even if we see like a pump, do you honestly expect that we will hit or surpass these all-time highs against Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash and EOS? Really hard to say. It's even hard to say that if the idea that reaching the all-time high for Ethereum is hard and reaching the all-time high for Cardano is hard, um, it makes it exponentially more difficult for me to imagine that these two coins, Bitcoin Cash and EOS, will reach those all-time highs once again. So anyway, if you like the video, hit the like button down below. If you really like the video, hit subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Take care.